contingent of around 20 special operations and conventional forces has been conducting the training for less than a year, the official, who declined to be identified, told AFP, adding that some of the trainers rotate in and out. The official largely confirmed a Wall Street Journal report which said the training has been going on for at least a year, amid China's rising verbal threats against the island ally of the United States.
CIA said it will create a top-level working group on China as part of a broad U.S. government effort focused on countering Beijing's influence. The group will become one of fewer than a dozen mission centers operated by the CIA, with weekly director-level meetings intended to drive the agency's strategy towards China. The CIA also announced that it would ramp up efforts to recruit Chinese speakers and create another mission center focusing on emerging technologies and global issues such as climate change and global health.
The Biden administration has called for an imminent return to talks in Vienna to revive the Iran nuclear deal, but said a resumption of the negotiations is hinging on the Iranians. State Department spokesperson Ned Price told reporters that Washington is willing to continue the talks as soon as Tehran agrees to re-engage in the negotiations, stressing that the path to diplomacy is still open. Negotiations have been on ice since June, shortly after the election of Iran's conservative President Ebrahim Raisi.
A U.S. nuclear-powered submarine hit an object while submerged in international waters in the Indo-Pacific region, injuring some of the crew, the United States Navy has said. None of the USS Connecticut suffered life-threatening injuries, the Navy said in a brief statement. The statement did not elaborate on what the vessel collided with, the location of the incident, or the number of sailors who were injured.
Taiwan does not seek military confrontation, but will do whatever it takes to defend its freedom, President said on Friday, amid a rise in tensions with China that has sparked alarm around the world. Taiwan, claimed by China as its own territory, reported close to 150 Chinese Air Force aircraft flew into its air defense zone, though those missions have since ended.
Police in Zamfara, northwest Nigeria have handed over a total of 187 rescued abductees to the state government. Today 7th of October, 2000 police tactical operatives, in a joint operation at Sibiri Forest in Maridan local government area of the state, succeeded in the unconditional rescue of 187 victims abducted in Rini, Gora, Sabanburni and Shinkafi communities in Bakura Maridan and Shinkafi LGAs respectively.
National Security Advisor Dr. Moeed Yusuf Friday met Deputy Secretary of State Wendy R. Sherman and told her that the international community should engage with the interim Taliban-led government in Afghanistan. Moeed Yusuf held a meeting with the State Department's number 2, who arrived Thursday in Pakistan on a 2-day official visit. After the visit of the CIA Director William J. Burns, Sherman is the senior-most U.S. official to visit Pakistan.
Pakistan has been asked by the International Monetary Fund to take additional taxation measures in the shape of income and sales taxes and regulatory duty to pull up the annual tax collection target from 5.8 trillion rupees to 6.3 trillion rupees. This new demand by the IMF comes during the ongoing virtual talks in the context of losses incurring on the account of non-collection of petroleum levy of over 600 billion rupees during the current fiscal year.
The federal government will hold the next population census on a de jure basis by December 2022 for the first time digitally. For the first time ever in Pakistan's history, census details will be collected via computer tablets. Previously, every census held across Pakistan was conducted manually. Enumerators used to pencil down details and fill the forms in the presence of security personnel. As per government estimates, the census will require 23 to 25 billion rupees.
The Mitsui Southern Gas Company Limited on Friday ordered CNG stations in Sindh to remain closed for 3 days, due to a gas shortage in the province. Per the SSGC announcement, CNG stations would remain closed from 8 am Friday till Monday 8 am.
Pakistan records cases below the 1,000 mark for the first time since July 6, and another 26 people, meanwhile, lost their lives to the virus 24 hours, pushing the death toll to 28,058. The country reported 912 cases after 45,619 tests were taken. The current positivity rate is 1.99%.
Highlighting certain downside risks, the World Bank said Pakistan's economic growth rate slightly came down to 3.4% during the current fiscal year against 3.9% of last fiscal year. However, it pointed out, the growth rate can hit the 4% mark in the next fiscal year, 2023, if the government implemented key structural reforms.
Images taken by NASA's Perseverance Rover confirm Mars' Jezero crater was once a quiet lake, fed steadily by a small river some 3.7 billion years ago. The study shows how much water flowed into the crater, which today is a dry, wind-eroded depression, and indicates where the rover could search for signs of life. The first scientific analysis of the images also reveals evidence that the crater endured flash floods.